My name is Vannaka and this is Slayer Drop Locked. The idea is simple. I'm only allowed to use items obtained by killing monsters on a Slayer task. This also means I cannot trade with any shops or pick up item spawns. For a full list of the rules, check out the description of the video. Are you ready? Let's begin! Here we are, my friends, the humble beginnings of my new Ironman adventure, Scape Slayer. On this account I've locked myself to Slayer drops only, which means the progress completely depends on what Slayer tasks I receive and the loot I obtain from it. So this doesn't mean I cannot complete any quests or train skills, it's just that if I want to do this, I need to collect the required items on a Slayer task first. You are currently looking at the rules for this account. A link to this list can also be found in the description of this video, so if you want to see the rules in more detail, then make sure to pause the video or click on this link in the description. And when you are taking the time to do this, also consider subscribing to the channel so you will never miss a video of this series. I'm going to be a regular Ironman instead of a hardcore Ironman because there's not really a point in being a hardcore. I will need to use the suicide trick many times since I will barely have any food. I can't buy this from shops and also cannot catch my own fish or cook my own food unless I get it from a Slayer task. Alright, so there you have it, all the rules for my Slayer Drop Locked Ironman, and of course for the exceptions make sure to check out that link in the description. And now it's time to go to the mainland, so let's begin. When I finally arrived in Lumbridge, the first thing I did was drop every single item in my possession, because of course I'm a Slayer Drop Locked Ironman, which means I can't keep any items from Tutorial Island. I used my minigame teleport to get to the games room in Perthorpe to get my first Slayer task from Turael, and I got 19 goblins. Since I don't have any food whatsoever, I simply kill goblins and let myself die to respawn in Lumbridge so I can loot my grave and continue to kill the goblins again. After just a few kills, I already got my first upgrade, which is a hammer, so that basically means I now have access to the smithing skill already if I can find a way to train it. Shortly after that, I received my first random event, and even though random events don't give the best loot in general, it can be game changing on an account like mine. I received a gold bar this time, and I'm sure this will come in very handy for future quests or crafting training. And then I got a clue scroll. Now I am allowed to do these, but only of course if I can get all the required items from my Slayer tasks as well, and that was not the case for this clue, so that is too bad. Got my first upgrade right there, a bronze square shield, still no weapon yet, but a shield will do for now. And there we go, the first Slayer level, hopefully there's many more to come, but here's level 2. What I have to realize on this account is that my sources for drops are very limited, so drops like bones I have to keep in my bank to use at the Chaos Altar at a later stage so I can train more prayer experience than by just burying them. I am saying this because I already made a minor mistake when I got my second Slayer task. I got 35 rats, and instead of killing the giant rats I decided to kill the small ones because I was like, hey, this is gonna be an easy task for me to get experience. Now, of course, this is not a huge problem, but I could have had more bones and also raw rat meat, which is required for the Druidic Ritual quest, so that kinda tells how important it is to look at the monster I'm killing. So then I went back to Turael for my third task, and this time I got cows, and this was actually a really good one, because cows have many interesting drops. They of course have bones, which is always nice, cow hides and raw beef, which I can cook for food. Now I'm not sure if I can use the cow hides yet because I can't have a needle and thread yet, but you know, in the future there will definitely be a moment where I can use this. So what you really have to understand about this account is that the early game is incredibly slow and it will start to get better once we have better tasks, better Slayer Masters and better weapons, but unlike most accounts, here the early game is slow instead of the end game. I think the most important goal on this account for the early game is to unlock protection prayers. So getting 43 prayer is the first thing we should be focusing on, because that will eliminate the need of food and will make so many tasks easier to complete. So after completing a couple more tasks, I got my first challenge, which is Minotaurs. Minotaurs are much stronger than my combat level, so the only way to kill them is probably by flinching them. I also used the food that I got from the cows to cook them on a fire, so I at least have something to eat while doing this task. After I killed some Minotaurs, I got a very interesting drop, which is a tin ore. Now if I can also get a copper ore, I can smelt these into a bronze bar, and I already have a hammer obtained from the goblins, which means I can create stuff with the smithing skill. And then I received another upgrade, which is a bronze full helm. Now of course this is still no weapon yet, but it's at least something. And just 1 kill later, I received a beginner clue scroll. Now earlier in this video you saw me get a easy clue, and it's very difficult for me to complete clues because I can't even get a spade to get these type of clues, and I also need every single item required for my clue. But with this beginner clue, I was actually really lucky because the only things I had to do was do an emote and then later talk to a woman in El Carid, and that's it. And the ironic thing is that normally you hope to get the most valuable items, but in this case I would rather have a regular bow or weapon because I don't even have one yet. And of course in my situation I get the most awesome and at the same time most useless clue drop, the Rune Scimitar Ornament Kit. Anyway, I got a new Slayer task and this time I got birds, and that means I can now kill chickens on task. That is great because I can get bones, feathers and raw chicken, which is needed for the Druidic Ritual quest. Then I got another Slayer task and this time I got monkeys. Now of course I collected all the bones to use on the Chaos Altar, and I want to keep one for the Monkey Madness quest. I realized that if I can't get my hands on a decent weapon yet, the only thing I can do is train prayer at the Chaos Altar so I can train my prayer levels and use that to boost my stats a little bit. I wanted to get at least level 22 prayer because this unlocks rapid heal, and that means my hit points will restore twice as fast, and that is great since I don't have any food. And I will also be able to use improved reflexes, superhuman strength and rock skin to get a bonus of 10% in attack, strength and defense. I decided to test my luck at Cristelia because I think my combat level is now high enough to do the low level tasks that she can assign to get a Larian's Key possibly. Unfortunately, this was not a task I could do yet, so I had to skip it, but that's no problem. I can simply go to Tyrell and get myself an easy task again. So I decided that this was going to be my strategy from now on. Every time I did a Tyrell task, I would go back to Cristelia to get myself another task in the hopes of getting something I can actually kill inside the wilderness. And if not, I'll simply go back to Tyrell again. So I was not gonna do the Dark Warriors because there are level 8 ones, but also like 130 plus, so I did not want to do that. But instead, I got a great task from Tyrell, 38 bears, and that is very interesting, and I'm gonna explain why. At this point, bears are much stronger than I am, but one bear is located just north of the restoration pool in the wilderness hub, which means I basically have infinite food and prayer. Of course, next to this, they also drop bear meat, which is food, but also needed for the quest Druidic Ritual, so that means I can almost complete the quest already. The only downside is that if you get this task from Tyrell, that you can't get any Larian's Keys, because in order to get these, you need to get the bears assigned by Cristelia. And then I got a Dr. Jekyll random event, and this one can be very important in the future if I have the right herb in my inventory to get the potion that I want. For example, an anti-poison when I have a Marintil with me. I had been focusing on strength for the main part of the account so far, but I decided to train some attack levels as well to be a little bit more accurate because this is really needed since I still don't have a weapon yet. Nope. And my next task was zombies, and this is very interesting because zombies have a drop table with weapons on them, and that is very exciting. And because of a mistake, I even died on my first attempt. Oops. And then I finally got my first usable weapon, which is an iron mace, and it's still not the best because it has an attack speed of 5 and using your fists or feet is attack speed of 4, but I can use this weapon to flinch monsters if I can't use my attack speed anyway. I killed a couple more zombies and got level 17 Slayer. And then I received my next Slayer task at Cristelia and I got Chaos Druids. Now these are actually a bit too strong for my level, but I decided to give it a try because it's a new monster and will give me access to very nice drops for Herblore. I quickly realized that these guys were way too strong for my level. They were tearing through my food, but I did get my hands on some nice drops such as a vial of water and some herbs. So I skipped the Chaos Druids to get myself a task from Tyrell again, and I got Goblins once again. And this was awesome because I got a Chef's Head drop, which is required for a clue scroll, a beginner clue scroll. So if I can also get my hands on a red cape, I can now complete that step, and that is beautiful. So I went back to Cristelia for another task, and this one was huge because I got 100 bears. That is a super big and long task, but because I got it from Cristelia now, there was a chance to get a Larian's Key. It's only like a 1 in 1.3k chance, but still, I can get this key and that will change the account forever. I started to train my defense because I was taking a lot of damage from the bears and there's not much choice for armor upgrades, so that is why this was my only option. I also got a genie random event and I decided to keep my lamp in my inventory because I wanted to use it on Herblore, but before I can do that I had to complete the quest Druidic Ritual first. Now after multiple hours of kicking and punching bears, I finally completed my task. I did not get a Laren's key, but of course I could move on to the next one, so finally this was done. So I decided to skip my task at Crystalia because I got Dark Warriors and I got dogs from Turael. Now this is almost the worst task you can get, and I'm gonna explain you why. The weakest type of dog is a jackal, which is in the desert, but I don't have any water skins, so I will die very quickly. And the second worst dog is the guard dog in Ardi, but these are over level 40, so the only way to kill these dogs is by flinching them. Now I'm telling you, one dog took me 10 minutes and I had to kill 26 in total. It took me over 4 hours to complete this super simple task normally. I mean, of course, if I had access to shops, I could have bought runes and used Fire Strike or something to kill them, but since I can't do that and I can't pick up any item spawns, this is my only way to do it. And then I finally got a normal task again, Ice Fiends, and I was very lucky and at the same time very unlucky with the drops, because I received 2 clue scrolls back to back. Would have been so nice to complete them, but for both clues I needed a spade, and for me there is no way to get a spade in the game yet, because in the future I will allow myself to make a house and I can then grab a spade from inside my house, but that is not for now. So Turael gave me another Goblin's task, and this time I decided to kill them in the Stronghold of Security, because here the drop table is different from the ones in Lumbridge. Once again I received an easy clue scroll, and for this I needed to search a crate, and after searching this crate I had to search a coffin in Edgeville, and this actually got me a casket, so I completed an easy clue. And as you all know, the most valuable drop I can get from a clue right now is a usable weapon, and on an easy clue there's a pretty good chance you can get something like this. So here we go guys, what will the loot be? So the studded body isn't actually that bad, but I can't use it yet because first I need 20 range and 20 defense. But I do have a nice body in the bank now that is waiting for me to be used. So I went back to the goblins and I actually got 2 insane drops. The first one was a bronze axe, so this means that I can finally train my woodcutting now. Of course I cannot bank my logs, but I can train woodcutting, for example, to make canoes, so I can travel faster to Barbarian Village, Edgeville and other places. And then I finally got it, my first decent gear upgrade, a bronze scimitar. Finally a usable weapon. Like, it is still a bad one, but a bronze scimitar is a lot better than just using your fists or just kicking. After the task I trained my woodcutting to level 12 so I can use the canoe system, and once I did that I went for a new task. Hit points level 31, not bad. And guess what? Another upgrade from the bronze square shield to a bronze kite shield. Look at that. Beautiful. And then I got a pure essence drop on my Minotaur task, and this is useful because I need 50 pure essence to complete Priest Imperial, and of course I can also use these essence to train my root crafting once I have a talisman. Then I got another Slayer level to level 30, that is a very nice level already, Pyre Fiends. And time to get back to Crystalia for another task. And what happened here is actually insane. Crystalia gave me another bear's task, and of course I can do that with the trick, with the rejuvenation pool in the Willy Hub. So I did that, and after a couple of kills, I actually received a Laren's key. The chance is like 1 in 1.3k, and I actually got one. You have to realize that for an account like I have, it is very difficult to get good gear or good resources because I can only get it through the Slayer skill, especially at low levels. Now getting this key was really a game changer for me because I think I literally got the best possible upgrade for my account. There is a lot of valuable stuff on this drop table, and the most valuable items are the Dagon High robes probably, but there's also a lot of resources you can get like gems or ores, money, fish and all that kind of stuff. But I think that the best drop you can get is rune armor, since I can't really choose to kill a monster that drops it and I cannot buy it from a shop or whatsoever. So when I opened the chest, I couldn't believe the drop I just got. I got 3 pairs of rune plate legs. This is perfect in every way. The rune plate legs are not locked behind a quest like the plate body is, and it's better than the rune full helm. And I also got 3 of them, so once I can do high elks or low elks for that matter, I can turn it into cash as well. Now I know I have no access to any shops, but of course I can access the Slayer shop and the sawmill to make planks, so money is going to be useful in the end. And I think that this is also a good moment to end the first episode. I have shown you guys how slow and tedious the beginning part of this adventure is, but also how satisfying it is to actually get an upgrade, and the better levels we will get, the better tasks we can complete, and that will help us towards the progress of our account. Also, please let me know what you think of this series so far. It's going to be a side project, of course, next to my 1000 only series. That is still the main series on my channel, but I think this account has a lot of potential and can be very fun in the future to watch. So thank you guys all so much for watching. Feel free to subscribe if you enjoyed, and I will see you all next time. Bye bye.